Well, good evening, everyone. It's Friday evening here in Winnipeg, and tonight's broadcast is brought to you courtesy of a Facebook post. All right, I'm not going to get into who posted it or show who posted it, but I am going to show the post itself and make my slim attempt at a rebuttal. So, without further ado, as they say, let's get on with this Facebook post. And I will read the post and you can follow along on screen. How does that sound? All right, it starts off. I've been wearing a mask in stores and limiting my trips since March when this whole thing went down. I'm not sure how being considerate to others for the common good is now being mocked by some who are calling it living in fear. But it needs to stop. When I wear a mask over my nose and mouth in public and in stores, supermarkets, pharmacies, offices, I want you to know the following. And he lists the following in bullet point form. So we will take each bullet point and go through them one by one. And here we go. Bullet point number 1. I'm educated enough to know that I could be asymptomatic and still give you the virus. Educated does not equal intelligent. How do you or the average man have enough knowledge to know the data or science behind this virus? Did you conduct the research? Are you looking down the microscope? I know that there are many scientists and doctors who say that the data and science does not support what the political scientists and doctors claim. Am I to ignore their arguments and claims? Especially when my own eyes, senses, reasoning, and logic tells me that the political line is a lie? And even if you were asymptomatic, we have been asymptomatic in the past when other viruses were around. All of a sudden, we need to wear masks with tons of restrictions that do more harm than good. All for a flu that kills at the rate of most flus in the past. It's not about saving lives. It's about having control and power, right down to the peons putting on these types of posts. They love the power to tell you what to do, while they virtue signal and hide behind government protection in the way of mandates and decrees that they call laws. Bullet point number 2. No, I don't live in fear of the virus. I just want to be a part of the solution, not the problem. Okay. Keywords: no, you don't live in fear of the virus. And neither do most of us. Or at least our actions show that we don't. That's why your solution is to signal to others that you are a good person, all while trying to make others out to be something they're not, in order to shame them into obediently thinking like you. How can you be a part of the solution when you don't even see the problem? Your solution shuts down any opposing views. Who comes up with the solution if we are all thinking the same way? Therefore, my only conclusion can be is that your solution to the problem is for us all to think the same way. Then what? Bullet point number 3. I don't feel like the government controls me. I feel like I'm an adult contributing to the security in our society, and I want to teach others the same. Your rhetoric and ability to regurgitate the sentiment that comes from our mainstream media indoctrination tells me and others who control you. You might feel like the government doesn't control you, but facts don't care about your feelings. How can you call yourself an adult while advocating that the government make our choices for us, while going along with whatever you're fed not thinking and looking for yourself as to what is going on or how these restrictions affect others. What is it you want to teach us? How to conform and think right like you? Bullet point number 4. If we could all live with the consideration of others in mind, the whole world would be a much better place. Well, guess what? I agree. But this is the hill we die on for that virtue, the wearing of masks. Why not start with considering others' opinions? Stop making stupid assuming connections that if one thinks it's okay to not wear a mask, then they are automatically a fill in the blank and undeserving of respect. How about telling the murderers to respect life, the thieves to respect others' possessions, the adulterer to respect their spouse, the abuser to respect others physically and mentally, the pedo to respect children, and you pick a mask to condemn others over? Bullet point number 5. Wearing a mask doesn't make me weak, scared, stupid, or even controlled. It makes me caring and responsible. Wearing a mask doesn't make you weak, scared, stupid, or controlled. It also doesn't make you caring and responsible. Masks aren't that smart. Wearing a mask does allow you to signal that you are those things. If wearing a mask made you caring and responsible, then the world's problems should be solved because we're all wearing masks. I fail to see your logic. Bullet number 6, the last one here on the list. When you think about your appearance, discomfort, or other people's opinion of you, imagine a loved one, a child, father, mother, grandparent, aunt, uncle, or even a stranger, placed on a ventilator, alone without you or any family member allowed at their bedside. Ask yourself if you could have helped them a little by wearing a mask. Well, in response to that, by wearing a mask and allowing the powers to do what they've done is why you can't hug your loved ones or be by their sides. We could do more to help them by standing up to the overreach of power instead of demanding we all do what we're told by people who don't have our best interests at heart. You would have to be a fool to think evil does not exist in our politicians, leaders, academia. Have some skepticism. It is healthy for you. No, the tactics being used is nothing new. Tactics to shut others down through shaming, virtue signaling, downright bullying to make others conform. How stupid are we required to be to make you feel safe? Why is it our responsibility to ensure your feelings are considered in our daily lives? We have a flu with a death rate that is extremely low. You don't want to kill grandma? Stay away from her, especially if you're sick. Feel better about yourself or safer by wearing a mask? Then by all means, go ahead. But your opinions on matters that even experts know jack shit about ends at my rights. Have a good night.